Good morning, Shlog fans. We are back from Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and having a ton of fun. Obviously, we got a few videos up already on the channel of our riding. I got a ton more coming. It's going to be a while to get them all edited and stuff. I'm going to try to trickle one or two out a week, maybe faster than that. We'll have to see what happens. But anyway, the biggest news from that, well, anyway, there's some news from that. One of the coolest things that happened, though, is I ended up getting this beautiful YZ125 that is going to be our next project bike. Full rebuild. This thing's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited about this bike because my buddy Roger Hurd gave it to us. He was going to give us one that was blown up, but he ended up giving us this one that actually ran all day Saturday with us. It runs right now. It needs a lot of love though. So we're going to be going through this thing tip to tail, taking it all the way down to the frame, going through all the suspension, going to go all the way through the motor, new crank, new top end, absolutely everything, and make this thing absolutely perfect for my kids. So he's going to be helping me in times. I'm going to be doing it at times. It's going to be awesome. If anybody watching this wants to help out with that at all, whether you're a manufacturer, you got parts you think I might want to use, or you just want to help, definitely check out our Patreon page. I'll put a link in the description. It's just patreon.com/Highland Cycles. Yeah, we're looking for sponsors for this thing. I think it's going to be a really, really, really cool build. I got to get to work, man. I lost my front desk guy just today, and whatever, long story, but he's not with us anymore, so I got a ton more work to do. And yeah, so it's gonna be good. Here we go with the daily Shlog. That is a lot of UPS that I gotta check in. Oh man, yeah. But check this out, mail time. Very excited about this mail time. Let's go take a look. Since I gotta look at my cool stuff. So the first awesomeness is where it's from. There we go, TBT Racing. So very excited. Mr. Brady Metter has sent me this back. So excited. Oh, I can't wait to get this on my YZ. Oh man, TBT Racing, hands down, best suspension company I've ever used. Brady out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma is just brilliant. Does an amazing job. He found, while he was taking my shock apart, I was having trouble with it. Let me see if I can show you this. Yeah, there you go. See that? That's junk. I wore it all the way out. It is an old bike. So Brady, in his awesomeness, was able to find a shock body in his stock of just old stuff from a bike that had a bent shaft. So he got me brand new, well not new, but new to me shock body, full revalve, all the seals replaced, everything. Here's all his parts that he replaced for me. Brady Metter, thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to get this on the bike. Brady did my forks on the YZ already. They are brilliant. This is going to make the bike so good. Hip is starting to feel good enough. I think I can start kickstarting motorcycles again. So hopefully we'll get some ride videos of me on that again, because I love riding old Jolene so very much. Awesome. Cool. Now I got to check parts in for real for customers. So I don't think you guys want to watch all that. If I see anything super cool, I'll show you. All right, so checking some stuff in, just a bunch of tires and normal stuff, but we got some super cool graphics for the 500 EXC that we've been working on. I think he's going to be super stoked. That decal MX is not actually part of the graphics, but yeah, Don Williams is going to be stoked. I absolutely love Decal Works. They always send extra stuff like this, Team Native, extra little stickers, and they just do a phenomenal job. And they're fast and easy to deal with. I've switched all my graphics work over to Sean. Sean Murdoch is who I deal with. Sean, if you're watching this, thank you very much. I think we'll be able to get these on today, so I'm excited about that. I got a few other things I got to do that should actually be pretty interesting too. So I think I got all the parts checked in. Let's go get to work. All right, so first job, actual work job of the day, is this 350 XGF that we've been working on for a little while. I got a top end in it, adjusted or fixed the recluse with the new expanding ring and things like that. And when Chrissy got it back, she rode it. It was great. It ran really good. But just have a little hard time starting, and it was doing this. So I'm pretty sure I know what that is. Maybe you guys too. Comment below right now if you think you know what it is. We're going to take this thing apart. I got parts for it, and of what I think I know it is, and then hopefully we'll have it fixed and ready to go. So yeah, nothing we did. It's just another thing that wore out on this bike. It's got a bunch of hours, and she beats pretty hard on it. So, I'm gonna hit the button. So everything in the start is working, just not spinning the motor. The motor is not locked up. It's hard to turn with that, but so if you guessed the freewheel or starter clutch or whatever, you are most likely correct. I can't imagine it's anything else. You see how the gears, you know, the starter's up here. It's this. It's a lot of things to get down to the flywheel, to the crank actually to turn it. But anyway, there's a clutch in here, and I'll show you. It's a different kind of clutch than what you think, and I'll show you why it's called the clutch. It's kind of interesting. So, gotta get this flywheel off to get down to it, and we'll get this thing fixed up. I'm pretty stoked. It should be super easy. Boom. This right here is the freewheel or starter clutch. And it's kind of hard to see on this camera, but you can see they've got these little rollers in here. Well, when this spins one way, those rollers slide and let everything spin. So like the way the motor normally spins, it's good. But when the starter engages, it is supposed to, they're supposed to, these little nubbins, or they're actually called sprags, but I'll call them nubbins for you guys. They are supposed to grab a hold of here and spin this whole rig, but they were not. So that's okay. Well, okay, so actually it works a little bit differently. So when you hit the starter, that actually spins this gear, and then when it spins the correct direction, it's supposed to grab these sprags and spin the crankshaft, because this flywheel is actually hooked to the crankshaft. So it's the same as what I said before, but it's a different thing being driven and whatever. But anyway, yeah, so that works in one direction and not in the other, and you can actually see that it's super worn out. I'm going to take it out of there and we'll get a good look. There we go. So, let's see. If you kind of look, there's some, really tough to tell, but this camera, you can see that wear mark. They're super worn down. Those little sprags are all worn down versus the way this new one looks. So that is clearly the problem. I'm gonna drop it in. There we go. Problem fixed. Like, it's just that easy. That's a big problem if your bike does not have a Kickstarter and you have a recluse clutch in it. It can cause all kinds of problems for you. So, there we go. Pretty stoked that that went that easy. I'm going to line up the Woodruff key. And this is always a bit of a thing. That is definitely not any, yeah. She definitely wasn't blaming us. I'm like, yeah, we need to replace that. All right, we got that on. Check this out. Might have to pull the cold start, but it turned the motor over. That's the important part. So that little clutch, super easy to replace. So 71 bucks I think is retail on it. Get a gasket, you know, might cost you $100 in parts and oil, and you're good to go. So how easy that is. So fixed. Now we're gonna put graphics on the Colorado bike. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. This thing's gonna look really good. So I've already shot a graphics video, so I'll put a card for that right up here if you want to see the in-depth stuff. But if I see anything special, I'll show you. Otherwise, I'm gonna just knock this thing out and make it look nice. All right, so working on the 500, trying to get the stickers done. The guy's not in a big hurry. So we got the sweet 300XC, or excuse me, XCW, in to put new mooses and tires on. So I'm gonna do that. Then I gotta change the tire real fast, and then we'll get back to the stickers. So, all right, so guys, I'm gonna show you something that anybody who runs mooses long enough will actually end up needing to do if you want to save money. So mooses get worn out, they get small, they kind of shrink over time, right, with heat and stuff like that. So one of the cool things you can do with moose that you can't do with a tube or anything like that is that if it starts to fail and get small, what you can do is you cut a chunk out like that, and you take another chunk from another moose and you shove it in there. Now Nitro Moose is actually coming out with wedges. They're going to sell these pieces separately for, I don't know how much yet. I haven't seen the price, but they just announced it. I've known for a little bit about it, but it's pretty cool if you don't already have old mooses. But the key, guys, is you just save your old mooses when you take them out, put the new moose in, run it, and when you start getting, you know, it starts shrinking or this or that, you can kind of make it work. So you take this, I'll just show you how it works. That, and it doesn't matter like what it looks like or how good it fits, because it can't go flat anyway. That, get it oriented right, and there you go. Now we mount it up just like a normal moose, and since it's moose, it can't ever go flat. So, little tip, I like to call that the broke racer's tip. So I'll put those, every time I get one of those things that comes up, I'll definitely make sure you guys see it. The broke racer's tips actually work really good for people starting to save some money, time, or you know, they just don't want to spend a whole pile of money on new stuff. And you don't have to make things work. Like this is going to work great for this guy. All right on, guys. So my buddy Lance just dropped off this 300XC. Pretty excited to do what we're going to do to it. Mainly so I can show you guys. We are going to be taking apart all the chassis bearings and lubing them up, cleaning them, lubing up, greasing them, and putting it all back together. So linkage, swing arm, steering head, putting a rear tire on it. We're just going to go through the whole thing and make sure he's good for the season. He's making a great decision. It's still kind of cold outside. He's bringing it down, and we're just going to get this thing prepped and ready so he has no issues all year. So pretty excited about that. That's going to be the next couple days. So, you know, make sure, again, as always, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these things that we're doing. I got one more tire to change, and then I'll get back to the graphics on that 500. It's driving me nuts. So, yeah, I think I got it. It's another moose, so it's a front one. I'm not going to film it. You guys have seen plenty of it. And I'll put a link in the description for our other moose videos in case you want to watch those. A little more in-depth and kind of explains what's going on. All right on, guys. Got the graphics finished up on this. I think it looks pretty good. I think it turned out real nice for Mr. Williams. Just did front fender and shrouds. Again, Decal Works, best company ever when it comes to graphics. Super stoked on everything that they do. Changed a bunch of tires today. Wasn't a super eventful day for the Shlog, but I really appreciate you guys sticking with me and watching all this stuff. I'm going to go home right now and start working on editing all the awesome stuff I got from going to Lake Havasu. So make sure you subscribe, click the little notification bell so you know when we're doing videos. And honestly, most importantly, guys, I need you to get out, spread the gospel of two wheels, And please, it's starting to get really nice. The days are getting longer. It's like noticeably lighter out now. And it's time to get out and ride your dirt bikes!